Alright guys, I wanted to make a little video on how I tie these crappie jigs. I'm not a pro crappie jig tie or anything like that. I'm mainly a trout fisherman and just wanted to give warm water fishing a try. So I figured I'd start with crappie jigs anyway. And this is just a cheap Walmart jig head. It did have the I don't know, thing that holds the grubs on there. I just snipped that off because it gives it a pretty rough proportion there. It throws it out of whack, so I'm real big on proportions, things like that, so I took it off. But first thing I'm going to do is just thread the hook. To do that, just hold my thread right here, wrap forward a little bit, then wrap back over it, going back towards the back of the hook. And with tying trout flies, pretty much you stop right where the hook bends. I'm not so sure that's exactly how you'd want to do that on crappie jigs, but that's how I'm going to do mine. Snip that tag end off. And I wanted to do these with these bunny strips. So if you look here, you want to make sure you have the fur so it goes down. I don't know how well you can see that on this video here, but you want that fur to go down that way so it'll give it a nice natural flow. Because if you do it the other way, when you pull it in the water, it'll just do some kind of crazy thing like this. You have that going that way, it's going to wiggle and do all kinds of good stuff for you. So what I'll do, and when I tie mine, I like to focus on durability, making sure that it's going to be really rigid. So we'll start it up here. I'll put the end of the rabbit strip right up against the, I guess it's called a collar on that jig head, and kind of give it a little pressure there. But I'll start my wrap right at the back of the hook bend, cinch it on there tight, wrap it all the way forward. Oops, slid back a little. Push it up. Make sure we got it on there. And you can even overlap it and then snip it. Try not to block your view. Okay, get it nice and secure right behind that collar. And then I wrap back over it this way here. And then for the tail, I try to keep it as long as the shank of the hook. It's just a proportion with trout fishing that it's never going to get out of my head. So I'll just keep that, just kind of eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Take your scissors, and I'll actually look at where I want that to be. Pull some of that fur up a little. And if you do it that way, right where that's going to be ending, you have a perfect start on your next one. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Maybe a tad long, but you can judge your proportions however you want. I'm going to put some blue. This is Estaz, but I have all kinds of different chenille from tying different streamer flies. This is black, just plain and simple. Here's a little cactus chenille that's nice iridescent to it. But I'm going to go ahead and tie a blue one real quick. Again, as I said before, I like to layer. And if you look, it's kind of tough to see on my iPhone here, but this collar is thicker than my thread wraps and around that rabbit strip. So what you want to do is set your, and you can wrap back up this way actually to start this. Set the Estaz right at the edge of that. Wrap it in there good. And I pull it backwards and just overlap it down. Okay, we have it tied right to the end of the shank, right at the beginning of our tail. Move my finger so you can see that there. Okay, and then wrap it forward again, and I want those wraps to be tight. It'll just give you a much more durable fly or jig. Shouldn't spin on you too much. And I do 1 or 2 wraps right up here by the head. So now this is the easy part here. Just wrap the estaz around your hook. This stuff can get a little goofy, but just try to keep that string of the estaz and just make nice smooth wraps around there. And I'm going a lot slower than I normally would just for the sake of the video. And then right here it's just going to get maybe a smidge thicker just because of that collar. And then just do one right tight up against there. When you wrap that one, pull it back. Sorry, I got a black lab that likes to come in and watch me tie flies here. But now, just put your thread right up through that estaz, and I'll hold the estaz down. We'll do 2 wraps going behind it. Pull the estaz back this way. 2 wraps in front of it. Get your scissors. Come in nice and tight here. Snip it. And I'll just do 1 or 2 more wraps just for making sure it's nice and durable. And here's a tool I have. It's called a whip finisher. Not sure if you guys have this or if you just do a double hitch. It's going to be tough to see. You just put it on the little round there at the bottom. I'll try to poke it right there. Put the top part of the thread on top, and then see how it makes to the number 4. Slide that down. There we go, lay down. See how it makes that number 4 right up against the back of the jig head. Wrap it around once, twice. You have to forgive me here, got a little screw up. Dog threw me off. Okay, we'll go back to where we were. 1, 2, 3. See how it just popped off that bottom? Slide it down on there good. Just pull it tight. Make sure it's on there good. I don't have any readily available right now, but you can even put a little super glue on there. I just saw my phone just said it had a low battery. Hopefully it didn't screw up the video, but that's how I'm tying them. I'll try to do another one real fast here just to show you guys, once you understand the fly tying techniques and things like that, how quick you can do them. We'll do an all black one. So we'll just do this. I'm not even going to explain, I'm just going to roll through. there you have it. Doesn't take too long. These are much easier than the other flies that I tie, but I'm still going to work at them, do some product testing, but I think they'll do it. Hope that helped you guys. If you have any other questions or anything like that, shoot me a message and I'll try to respond to it. I've been doing this a while, not crappie jigs, but tying flies, and I like to help people who are interested in getting started. So hit me up if you need any help. Thanks again.